This is a podcast for section 4.5 over writing equations of parallel and perpendicular lines. First thing that we need to note is, what are parallel and perpendicular lines? Well, parallel and perpendicular lines, how we can do that, if a slope of a line is 4, we learned that all parallel lines have the same slope. So a parallel line is going to have a slope of 4. Now, something new, if a line has a slope of 4, if we want to write an equation of a line that is perpendicular, we have to do the opposite reciprocal. Now, what that means is it's the opposite sign. So if it's a positive 4, now the opposite sign, so negative. Reciprocal means you're going to take the number and flip it. So right now it's 4, which can be written 4 over 1. So if I flip it, reciprocate it, it becomes 1 over 4. So the perpendicular slope would be negative 1/4. All right, let's try to write equations of these lines. So write an equation of a line that passes through -3, -5, and is parallel to the line y equals 3x minus 1. Now, if it's parallel, it has the same slope. So it's going to have a slope of 3. If it's going through this point, I now have to find a new b value that is parallel and goes through this point. So to do this, I'm going to fill in what I know. So I know x and y and m. So y is -5, m is 3, x is -3, and I'm looking for my new b value. So I solve for my new b value, and as long as I did my math right, I should get positive 4. So now I use my slope that is parallel and my new b value and rewrite this into slope-intercept form. So y equals 3x plus 4. So that is my new slope. So that is parallel to my original line of 3x minus 1. All right, so please try this next problem on your own. All right, now to do perpendicular lines. Write an equation of the line that passes through 4, -5 and is perpendicular to the line y equals 2x plus 3. So if the slope is 2, my perpendicular slope is going to have to be -1/2. So again, it's opposite sign, flip the problem. So I'm no longer using that as a slope. So I'm going to do something similar as what I did for my parallel line. However, this time I'm using my new slope to plug in. So I have x, y, and my new slope. So it's -5 equals -1/2 times 4 plus b. Solve for b. So b equals -3. So I use my new b value, my new slope, and rewrite it in slope-intercept form. So that is my new equation. Okay, so again, this was the podcast that talked about parallel and perpendicular lines. So you had 2 problems that you need to do on your own. This is the second one. Again, it's asking for perpendicular, so make sure that you're switching the slope so that it's perpendicular. All right, this concludes the podcast for 4.5.